very good. You just gotta make it, very full. I order. I don't know what means to use I will go on cooking a recipe my subscribers want me to do if I need to. Oh, hey Grant. Hey Merle. Hey Janet. Everybody's been busy today. Hey Troy. Everybody has been busy today on YouTube, y'all. Oh, let me can you turn your camera around when you're live, Booger? Oh, let me do that real quick. Here I am. There I am. I'm here. I'm here. How's everybody doing? I'm in my pajama shirt that my daughter gave me that I wear almost every day because I like it. I did, Grant. Thank you so much. I was looking at another one that kind of lights up, and I think it's 29. Hold on. It's $29, and I like it a lot. It's white, and when it lights up, the colors are like rainbow colors. But anyway, let me show you guys. I'm going to turn you back around. I just wanted to let you see me. I'm here. Hello. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me get a sip of my water. All right. So I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing. These are some of our ingredients. This is leftovers. Hard for me to open when I'm holding the camera. Let me sit y'all down real quick. All right. So for the dinner, these are leftovers. Okay. Y'all know I'm on this binge and I'm going to create a playlist for it for not throwing your leftovers away. Don't waste food. Everything costs too much. You want to preserve, you want to save, and you know what? I'm a country gal. I'm an Appalachian gal. I live up here in them their hills in these big old mountains. I'm a mountain gal. So I always try to find ways to do everything I can possibly think of. And I want to share that because I feel like it's a great idea. So I do have some sausage in here. There's a couple sausages. There's just a little bit of potatoes, not much. But these are the mango strawberry biscuits. These are the mango strawberry biscuits. And so I'm going to be utilizing this. Also, I have this chicken that I'm going to be using. And this piece of tomato too. Because I'm using fresh tomato. And then this is the leftover popcorn chicken that we're going to be using. So we're going to have some popcorn chicken, a little bit of spicy sausage, some of the regular cooked chicken from chicken breast. Um, the biscuit is you'll see what's going to happen. It's going to be really really good and delicious. It's going to be really good. All right, and then let me turn you over here. We have our fresh tomato right here, and then we have our 2 onions right here. This is for the dessert over here. The eggs and all that are for the dessert. We have 1 packet of Pioneer Country gravy, 1 can of green beans. We're also going to be using sour cream and heavy cream as well. Hey, GT. Hey, Paula. Thank y'all for being here. Let me get the heavy cream. We're going to be using some milk as well. So I was trying to go ahead and have all my ingredients that I was going to need sitting out. So that's the milk. I don't think I'll need more than that. Where's my heavy cream? Every time you need, oh, there it is. Heavy cream. Hold on. I am on the way. I thought I had more heavy cream than what I have, but this should be enough. Always look at the date to make sure. So heavy cream. Um, I got my other sour cream. When I get groceries, I'm gonna have to get some more sour cream because I think after I do this cake and make dinner, I'm gonna be all out of it. Paula, I am making dinner from leftovers and hold on. Dinner from leftovers is ow gosh, my foot. Creamy cheesy chicken biscuit casserole. All using leftovers. It's all leftovers, every last bit of it. And then for desserts, we are making blueberry lemon pound cake with homemade vanilla pudding in the middle. So there's homemade vanilla pudding in the middle of the pound cake. And I know I put in my live in the description for the live, I said that this is going to be a very long live because there's a lot to do. And I understand if everybody can't stay, people come in, people go out, and I appreciate everybody. And I always say this at my live since I started doing these live cooking shows. I am going to create a playlist for those. And I'm going to pull the recipes. Like I know Hearth and Home, Merle, was asking about a recipe I did last week. And I'm going to be pulling that out. It was the strawberry mango biscuits. And I'm going to be pulling that out so that she'll be able to get that recipe. And I'll be uploading that this weekend. But because everybody's busy and I don't expect everybody to stay the whole time. I love lemon too. But yeah, I've got a lot I got to pull out from the lives. So I'm going to move you guys since we got to get started with, and this is our bump pan for our cake. But we're going to do our prep for dinner because that's the easy part. Oh, also, it has corn. So let me get the corn out of here. Y'all know I had no idea Monday was Memorial Day until Janet told me. And I'm prior military. I was in the military. And my husband served his whole life. And I had no idea Monday was Memorial Day. Time goes by so fast. All right. So it also has corn in it. Now I'm gonna do the dinner part first and then we'll get started on the dessert. So I'm not gonna talk a whole lot because I want to get moving. Oh, do you, Paula? I want to get me some more bump pans for the holidays. I want to get ones that have like a holiday design so that when you make it, it puts that design into the cake. And so when you turn it out, you've got this beautiful top design for the holidays. So I want to get a couple of those. But the first thing that we're going to do is chop up the tomato. But my goal here, y'all, is because prices are getting so exorbitantly high. I mean, I have said this before. I don't see how some people are making it. Like, it's not an easy ride for us. We're not rich, and there's a lot going on with me, and it's just I thank God every day that we are fortunate enough to have the money to buy food. Hi, Betty. And hey, pre-retirement. Hello, pre-retirement days. How are you doing? Thank you for coming in. And but there's a lot of people out here that are struggling and struggling bad. And my good friend Natty Homemaker at Natty Homemaker, she was talking on her live the other day and talking about how bad the prices are there in Canada. And I just don't know, y'all. Like, I don't see any. I don't see the prices getting better. And one thing I've learned of my 50 feet, blooper, if I've learned anything in my 54 years of life, once prices go up, they don't come back down. Food prices do not come back down. So economic times are rough, and that's why my goal in doing these kind of meals and stuff like this with leftovers is to show people that, hey, you can be very creative in your kitchen and you can make delicious wholesome meals with what you made prior and not spend a penny more. Also, another thing that I really want to express to people, let me check comments. One thing I really want to express to people is if you can grow your garden, if you can grow food, even if it's just a small amount, then I highly recommend you do it. A, there's all kinds of pesticides in the food that we buy at the store. B, once you start your garden and growing your own food, you'll find so much joy in that. And C, once you start growing your own food, you'll never have to buy seed again. You might have to occasionally, but just like with tomatoes, you take the seeds out of those tomatoes, you dry them out, you save them for next year, and you have tomatoes for next year. Now, this year is going to be a big gardening year for me simply because of the cost of everything. And I know it's not going to get better. Like I said, I know I'm not a Debbie Downer. I'm not. I'm just saying once prices go up, they do not come down. They don't. And I'm going to can a lot of my vegetables And I'm gonna freeze a lot of peppers and onions, like dice them up and freeze them just like you buy at the store. I think with the peppers, I am growing about 25 different kinds of peppers. So let me tell you, I am growing 8 pimento pepper plants. I did get those seeds from Okies Eden. Um, I am growing 5 red pepper plants, 5 yellow bell pepper plants, 5 red pepper plants, and about 4 regular green pepper plants. I'm going to be growing about seven, not seven. I'm going to grow about 4 jalapeno pepper plants. I'm going to grow a lot of onions this fall. I have some now, but I kind of missed the boat on that. I was a little bit late getting them in the ground and all that. But I'll have some. I'll have some now. But in the fall, I'm going to probably, with onions, I will probably be growing about 50 onion plants. And then I'll probably be growing 50 green onion plants. Now that's all the tomato will need. But I really, 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 really encourage to grow your own food. Really, Janet? Janet Dwyer said I went to buy tomatoes. One was $2.99. Hearth and Home said you can buy a plant for $7. Yes, you can. And once you have that plant, you harvest those seeds out of your tomatoes. And I'm telling you, those tomatoes last for a long time. Those seeds. And like I said, you do ever so often have to purchase some new seeds because seeds only stay good for so long. Like everything, they do eventually lose their warranty, but that takes years to happen. And what I always do every growing season is I check my seeds to make sure they're gonna grow before I put anything in the ground. Because the idea of putting stuff in the ground or in an above garden bed or whatever, and then not knowing if it's going to produce, I don't like to take that risk. So I grow it in I either start it in my hydroponics or I start it in grow pots. That's what I always do. Like this is our onion, but we really go through onion and peppers. Hi, Karen. How are you? Thank you for being here. We go through a lot of tomatoes too. We go through a lot of cucumbers. I'm going to be growing a lot of cucumbers. Hashtag survival seeds 2026. Even though I bought a lot of those seeds myself, that I finally got them in the mail from them. And I was just thrilled. I was over the rainbow. I was so excited. But there, y'all, just so much going on. So excited. I'm just so excited. As y'all can probably tell, I love gardening. It's hard on me, but I love it. There's nothing like the thrill of growing your own food. There's just nothing like it at all. Not to me anyway. And honestly, I had wanted chickens and all that, but I've said this before. Um, I don't own my own land. That's a dream of mine, but I don't know if it'll ever happen now, given the extent of housing prices and land prices and stuff. Maybe if I become famous on YouTube, it'll happen. No, I'm joking. Or am I joking? No. We'll see. You never know. We'll see. But that's always been a dream of mine. So I'm gonna dice our onion up. Let me check comments. Hey, Ice Queen, how are you? Thank you for coming in, my friends. Me too, at Hearth and Home. Me too. I do too. I really love it. All right. A friend of mine moved, um, and she just gave up the house. She put a lot of money into her mobile home, and she moved, and she had this little red wagon, like the old fashioned little red wagons, and I got that, and I'm gonna be growing stuff in it. What, Spongy? Susan? I don't want her to bring Miss Melissa. Yeah, that'd be nice. I could tell Tyrone she's spending the night and he could go stay somewhere else. All right. Yeah, my husband had to the company my husband works at, he's been there for years. And one of his coworkers, a good friend of his, passed away from bone cancer. He went to the wake. I don't know if he went to I don't think he's going to the funeral. But it was really sad. No, that was really upsetting. But the guy was a really good guy, really decent guy. I'm looking for a bowl to put my onion in. I'll just use this cup. But I was supposed to have my live cooking show yesterday and I just didn't feel up to it. I can't remember exactly what happened. I got behind or something happened. I can't remember. I'm going to cut just a little more onion because we like a lot of onion. I just popped that onion clear across the counter. It went into the sink. All right, that's our onion. And now what we're going to do, so we got our tomatoes, we got our onion. Now we're going to just chop up our popcorn chicken. Let me wrap my um onion up. Hello, Natty. Wrap my onion up right here. But the cake is what's going to take the longest. It's going to, and I don't know if y'all will even get to see the finished product. After I do this prep for dinner, I'm going to switch over to doing the cake. Marty, come here. I think. I'm thinking while I'm doing. I'm thinking. So remember, these are all leftovers, the popcorn chicken. Popcorn chicken is what we had for dinner last night. So it's not old. Like it's not like days old, but it would stay good in your refrigerator for at least 3 days before we start going stale. And I'm just use the same container to put it in after I chop it up. And I'm not going to chop it up into tiny little pieces because I want, when I take a bite, I want to be able to know it's there. Thank you, Add Eclectic Butterfly Cameron. Y'all don't forget to hit like. And if you feel that this live is worthy, you could share it. I think you can share live. So I'm cutting this up. It's cold, so that's why it seems like it's tough, but it's not tough. This was the Purdue brand popcorn chicken. So we're just slicing it up, slicing and dicing. So let me ask y'all something. Me and my son, my oldest son, have been having a debate about the ethics of eating animals. And he was saying if you would not go and kill the animal yourself, if you had the ability to do that, then you shouldn't eat meat. Like if you talk about that's so horrible, that's so terrible, and but yet you eat the meat, you shouldn't be eating the meat if you like, you know what I mean? And that's what me and him have been talking about. And I'm like, because I've seriously been considering going vegan for a while now because I am an advocate for animals' rights. In fact, I'm a strong advocate. And that makes me look like a hypocrite to be sitting over here eating meat and I support animal rights, you know? Now, there are things that I will never eat. I think I've said this before on my lives when I'm doing my cooking shows. I will not eat goats. I will not eat lamb. I think lamb is a sacred animal. It is a religious figure. It clearly says in the Bible you're not supposed to eat clove hooves, animals with clove hooves. It says that in the Bible, and I will not eat it. Also, you're not supposed to eat anything with webbed feet. Therefore, I don't eat duck. I don't eat pigeon. I don't eat any of those birds because that's just my belief. That that's how I believe. I'm not saying everybody has to believe that way, but that's my belief. I won't eat those animals. It's pouring out there. Hey, Candy. Yes, don't eat man. Natty, are you being funny? Lay down, Ollie. There are some people that do eat man. There are. There are some people that eat man. Over there. Go on. You're not going nowhere by yourself. Anyway, y'all might think I'm sick when I say this. You might, but again, this is how I feel. We're not. I mean, the barbaric things that some humans do to animals. This is the other chicken I'm using, by the way. That's left over. Some of the things that humans do to animals is so vile and so disgusting that when I watch a movie where animals are eating people, it doesn't bother me in the least. Like I'm like, that's what you get. You should have never hurt those animals in the first place. Y'all might think that's sadistic of me, but you know, if you saw the brutality that happens to animals, if you go and watch what ASPCA puts out and the Humane Society, and if you ever watch the rescue of animals from people's homes and farms, and you see the gross atrocities that these poor animals have been put through. For instance, there was a rescue of a horse at a farm, and this horse had been treated so cruelly. Didn't you say it couldn't even get water, Spongy? What? Didn't you say that horse that they rescued couldn't even reach its water? I don't know. It was skeletal. It hadn't been being fed. And that's just That's just disgusting. So when animals fight back, hey, good for them. Teach man to stay in his damn place. We overstep, and we're taking up their land. They're where they live. We're overcrowding. And then we talk about the bears coming down and they need to be euthanized now. No, that's not right. We're encroaching on their land. We're taking their food, you know? That's not right. What's right about that? And that's just how I feel. I mean, I'm a huge animal lover, and I'm gonna tell you, I can rip somebody a new one if they abuse an animal. Let me tell you, I don't tolerate that shit for 1 second. But anyway, that's our popcorn chicken and our regular chicken that we've got cut up. That's gonna be used. So I'm gonna set that over for our prep. Miss Paula does her time and said, "Preach." Oh, did you, Natty? You had what kind of bear was it? Was it just a black bear? You know something I learned? I was watching this documentary. It's been about a week ago now. I think Spongie's the one that had turned it on, and it was about polar bears. Did you know that they are the most vicious of all bears on the planet? And that you do not even have to provoke them out in the wild. They will attack you. If they see you, they're coming for you. But I mean, there again, that's their home. That's their land. They probably look at a human and they're like, "You killed my friend Tom last week. I saw you do it." No. Said yes, we need a gun if they see you. What? They said you need a gun if they see you. What, the bears in her area are a polar bear? Oh. Anyway, yeah, they're beautiful creatures. They're beautiful animals. Y'all know they're almost extinct, right? Y'all know that they're going to be extinct. Like anybody that's got kids right now, a kid will never see a polar bear in the wild. If you've got a child that's 5 years old right now, they will never see a polar bear in the wild. They will only see it in a zoo. And that breaks my heart. You know, that is so disgusting that we have taken this planet and driven it into the ground like we have and had no respect for the land. And now we are where we are. There's no turning back. There's no, there's no, years ago they talked about, hey, if we do this, it'll change everything. It's too late now. It's too late. All right. Okay. So I got the chicken. I think I got all the prep work for dinner done. It was just the pop. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. So now we got to chop up our biscuits. All right. I'm not going to use this sausage. I know I'll talk about, I just don't know if that'll be good in with the chicken. What do you think, Spongy? No. Spongy says no. Who thinks I should chop this up and put it in the casserole? Tell me in the comments who thinks I should chop this up and put it in the casserole. Natty said go for it. So I am. Now I'm not gonna these leftover potatoes right here, I'm not gonna use those. But the biscuits, we are using our strawberry mango leftover biscuits. And that's how many we have left over. But the potatoes, no, I'm not gonna do those. Or should I? Should I, Spongy? Should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, I guess I will. I'll use them. This video is all about, hey, how you can save. So yeah, who said no? Natty said no. Oh, Natty said no. Why no, Natty? Why no on the potatoes? Janet said yes. Natty said no. Oh, potatoes could be another side. Well, it's like it's going to be a creamy cheesy chicken biscuit casserole. So the vegetables are going to be in there. I do have a little bit of salad left over for a side. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm gonna chop the sausage first. Remember, y'all, I'm gonna get started on the cake after I get this prep done. Chop the sausage up. But yeah, I can understand needing a gun there in Canada for the bears there. Because they can be aggressive. Is the polar bears? Well, no, polar bears aren't in Canada, are they? You're talking about Alaska. Oh, in Alaska, yeah. Yeah, because and what's really sad about that is because I think Hearth and Home said it. They're starving. And not only that, but they're very smart. And they have, I forgot, the documentary talked about how long their memories go. They have a good memory span. And that's why I was saying, hey, you killed my friend Tommy last week. I remember you. I'm going to kill you now. It's your turn to go. But yeah, I'm just going to move that sausage over here. Where can I put it? Where can I put the sausage? I'll use this container. I just sit it right there. Everything's going in the same place anyway. So sit the sausage right there. And now we're going to chop our biscuits up. And the biscuits actually, y'all will see. So chop these up. Y'all know I just made these, so they're not real old at all. As you can see, they are very easy to slice. I want some iced tea. All right, Spongy's going to make me stop what I'm doing just to get her some iced tea. Well, why is your coffee cup still sitting over there? Huh? What? Why's your coffee cup still sitting over there, Spongy? So with the strawberry mango biscuits, this is going to give it a little bit of a sweet edge with the savory. So it's going to be really good. I'm not looking at the comments directly in my face right now because I'm over here. Who's crying? I swore I thought I heard one of my puppies crying, but I just dropped that right in the floor. All right. I really do I should have put that sausage in something else, honestly, because it's going to be covered up by these biscuits. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm going to take the recipe for these biscuits, pull it out of the live from, I think Monday's when I made these, and today is Thursday. So they're 3 days old. So, they have to be used. I'm not going to throw them in the trash, but I'll try to have the video and the recipe for these up Saturday because they are very good. They're very good. Just cover up the sausage down there. It'll be all right because everything is getting mixed up together. Last biscuit. So y'all tell me what's everybody doing for Memorial Day? I'm thinking, I'm thinking I would love to go on a drive, but I don't want to leave any of the dogs. And I'm about sure my husband doesn't work that day. All right, that's our sausage and our leftover biscuits. Well, our leftover sausage and our leftover biscuits. That we're doing. I'm trying to decide if I need 2 gravy packets or just one because I don't want this to dry out. Get off of there right now. Yes, y'all heard me yell at that goofy cat. Yes, you did. Spongy, come get your cat and fix the puppy pads in my room, please. I'm going to sit this over there in our where we're doing our prep. She's kicked all the puppy pads all around. Y'all know what I could have done? I could have taken the biscuits and put on this side of this dish. There's a thing of soft food in the floor. Oh well, the sausage has got mixed up with it now. Oh well. Oh well. Hell's bells. Oh well. What? There's a thing of soft food in the floor. There. I watched Kath. Oh no, I don't know if it's Kathleen's place. Paula, I watched somebody named Kathleen, but her channel is called Trying to Be Frugal. Get out of here. Right now. Get out. Okay, Sponge, you don't have to yell like that. Get out. Now. All right, y'all, let me wash this little lid off. Niblet, come on out. Come on, Niblet. Okay, well, just fix the puppy pads, please. I want you to show you what she was doing. Pick that up. She was getting these. Did she take them all? Where are they? I don't know. She done batted them around. There she is. Y'all know from my hydroponics thing, I have these little covers, these little clear caps that you put on there. It's almost like a humidity cover so that the plant will grow. And that's what the cat was in there doing. She was on top of my hydroponics unit and she grabbed hold of all my little lids and that fixed the puppy pads. We got my chair on them. Not that one, that was fine. All right, let me wash off my cutting board real quick. Yeah, y'all, I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I love animals, but I'll never have cats ever again in my life. Ever. Never. Never. They're destructive little creatures. And they don't listen. And if you've seen videos of cats playing and stuff, and they're getting ready to bat somebody's glass off, and the person on the video looks at her and says, don't you dare. Don't you dare do that. And the cat looks at him and looks at the glass and looks at him. And at the same time, it's taking its paw and gradually pushing it more and more till it knocks it and breaks it. That's what cats do. That is what cats do. Spongy's in there having a meltdown. And you, let's go. She really is, y'all. She's in there having a meltdown. All right, let me turn you around over here. Don't like you either. Okay. I'm gonna move this. This is, can you put that in the refrigerator? This is for what we're gonna use, the pan we're gonna use for dinner. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna make the homemade vanilla pudding for the cake. And if you've ever had homemade vanilla pudding, you know why I make homemade and I don't use box. Hey, Teresa B. Thank you, Grant, for the floating heart. She was melting down because she couldn't get the cat natty. And the cat had taken the puppy pads and knocked them everywhere. I said get out of here, and you're back in here again. And I mean, it depends, Paula. I wouldn't take any more in right now. If one showed up at my door now, I don't have room for it. I wouldn't do it. I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to. I try to find it a home. All right, so let's get started with the homemade vanilla pudding. Hearth and Home said she watches a lot of Canadian cooking shows. Hearth and Home watches Kathleen at Trying to Be Frugal too, and she'll tell you that Kathleen has an amazing channel. She gardens and she's very frugal. She does a lot like I do and tries to utilize leftovers and everything as well. Can you get me some sweet tea with ice too? Yeah. I'm talking to Booger, y'all. Spongy over here. But yeah. Teresa B, how's her husband doing? And how are you doing? Can you get me 2 eggs out of the refrigerator, Booger? And I need the milk too, because I didn't get enough. So we're gonna start with 2 cups of milk. Well, I can't set anything anymore. I can't get it. Just I'll get it. Just move out of the way and I'll get it. No, you said you can't get it. How many eggs you need? I need 2. Here. And I need the milk. Because I didn't get enough milk. I'm gonna give you this to put it back up in a second. All right, so I'm gonna do that was 1 cup, and we want 2 cups of milk. Can you put that milk up for me? Do we really hearken home? What? She said hearken home. Merle said YouTube sounds like my mom's house. All right, so we have 2 cups of milk in there. I'm just gonna turn the heat low. for right now. We want 1/2 cup of sugar. That's 1/2 cup right there. I still got spring cleaning I'm trying to do, y'all. We're getting ready to go into June. I hope that's not a bad thing, Muriel. Here you go. Here's your tea. Okay. Thanks, Spongy, for knocking over the bump fans. It's not really a big deal. Don't get rude. You might get a spanking. Get off the table, right? Why's the door closed? Because to get the cat out of there. She keeps going in there. I'm getting tired of it. If you go in that room again, go in the room again. All right, let me go ahead and just stir that sugar that I just put in there. Was that a cat hair? Into that milk. If you go and mess up something in that, you better not. I have the water sprayer. I have it. Where's the big one? Oh, it's sitting right here by the kitchen bench. So just make sure you get your sugar dissolved into your milk. And here in a minute, I'm going to turn this on high heat. I need to take one of my gabapentin. Why not? I did what? Get loopy. Yeah, I know that. I need to get loopy right now. Miss Paula Does Retirement said, y'all, a hummingbird looked in my window today and let me know the nectar needed changing. Bossy little bird. I have not, I've got to get my hummingbird feeder out there. Do you make your own hummingbird food? Paula? At Paula Does Retirement? Get out, Crumbles, now! Hold on, y'all. Intermission. Intermission. Hold on. Let's go. You're getting out. You're not coming in here doing this. Get out. Go. You're not coming in this room. I will have to soak that cat down with water. I'm telling y'all, I'll have to do it. Two cups of water to 1/2 cup of sugar. And how long is yours like? Does yours sit in the sun? After I just sprayed her with water, she went right back in here. What did I say? I did close the door and I left a crack in it. I hung my little water sprayer right on the doorknob. Sorry, y'all, for the interference. How often do you have to change it, Paula? All right, now I'm going to go ahead and mix in 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Is this the Milo's tea or the unsweet tea? And I'm going to go ahead and turn up the heat too. So we want to do 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. So we're not making this real sweet because it's going in the middle of the cake. And I'm not going to talk as much, y'all, because I'm going to try to get my work done. And I'll still talk every 2 weeks. So it stays good for 2 weeks, even. See, if I put mine out, it's going to get full sun until I get another. I've got several different locations. There's one, I got some trees off to the corner where I want to put one, but I would never see them. I'd have to get like one of those camera things that films the birds and stuff. I've seen pre-retirement days. Betty has one. Okay. Next thing that we're gonna do, y'all, I can't see my paper. I printed off my recipe and there was another paper. I mean, there was writing on the paper and it's messed it up. Oh, it's 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Um, this will take all the rest of my salt. I gotta buy some salt. So 1/4 teaspoon of salt. But normally I do my Monday morning cooking show on Mondays. I do my dinner show on Wednesdays, and I have a live gaming show on. Oh no, I do a live gaming show on Tuesdays for gamers, and then Fridays are normally supposed to be my garden lives, but it's not harvest season yet. But I still do my garden stuff. I haven't done a live one yet. I probably won't do one this week. All right, we have to wait. All we're doing now is waiting for that to heat up. I am going to go ahead and crack the egg yolks because I'm gonna need 2 egg yolks. So right now it's not, it's not hot enough yet for anything to clump together. Y'all are like, this is the boring part. This is the boring part, but I have to do this part. Make sure that no, I think that's my cornstarch sticking on the bottom. It is starting to heat up now. Do y'all like tapioca pudding? I personally love tapioca pudding. You like tapioca pudding, don't you, Spongy? You like it homemade? It's not hard to make it. Oh, you want to do that? It's not hard to make homemade though. And I'm sure a lot of people know how to make it. Now, adding other ingredients into it, that's different. You pretty much make it the same way you make homemade vanilla pudding. You just add tapioca to this. You don't like tapioca pudding, Teresa B? Cindy K doesn't like it either. You're enjoying home more and more, Candy? Bye, Paula. Frog eye pudding because it's got those little bubbles in it. That's the tapioca. But yeah, basically, Spongy, all you do is make homemade vanilla pudding. And while you're making the homemade vanilla pudding, you add the tapioca, about a tablespoon of tapioca. I think it's about a tablespoon. I might be wrong. And I'm sure there's some other things you do too. You might need to add more milk. You add vanilla. Probably need more sugar. Y'all see how that's thickening up? I moved that off the stove because I'm gonna have to slide this over. Because once it thickens, I'm gonna have to pull it over there off of the heat. And yes, y'all, I'm leaning because of my back and my feet hurt really bad. Janet will tell you why my feet hurt. I was talking to Janet about my feet yesterday. See how nice and thick that's gotten? What, for my feet? All right, so that's nice. So we're gonna move that off the heat. Thank you, Hearth and Home, Merle. Thank you. All right. Nice and thick, nice and thick. Wonder if I can bring y'all over here. So now we're gonna add the sugar to that. Sugar. The vanilla, not sugar. Well, first, hold on. I forgot something. Don't even think about it. You're not going in there. You're not going in there. Move. Move it. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of butter. That's another thing I got to get. I got to get some butter. And we're going to add, well, I'm going to melt that down in there first. That wasn't hard. That didn't take long to do at all. All right, so our butter's in there. Now we're going to add the 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Not tablespoons, teaspoons. Teaspoons. Stir that up in there. This is also the same pudding recipe I use to make homemade banana pudding. I never use box pudding to make any of my stuff. I know I will use, don't get me wrong, I will use box pudding. Like I'm like that natty homemaker. I do like have a pantry and she has encouraged me to start, an emergency pantry, all that. So I do have one and I'm gonna start showing that. But I do get box pudding. I have some. I have some box cake mix. Because you never know, you know. Like I was saying, with the cost of everything. Gosh, that smells so good. It makes me want to eat it. Well, you smell it? You're not going in the room. Move it. Move. What do you mean you can't smell anything? All right, I'm going to taste this. Oh, oh, that is just so good. That is such a good dessert. Just the pudding alone. We'll let Spunky have a bite. It's not too hard. I know it's so good. Oh, it's so good. I feel like, oh, yes, that goes in the middle of the cake. All right, now, also, y'all, the cake recipe is my recipe. Like everything I do, every recipe I do, not every single one. Sometimes I do use a book, but almost all of them are my recipes. So I'm just going to pour our pudding into this cup. I'm making a mess. Lord help me. Y'all, that tastes so good. I cannot help myself. I'm going to let Spongy have just a tiny amount because I need it for the middle of our cake. I'm not going to be able to let her have much because I need it. All right, so that's what I'll use for the cake. That right there. Sorry, y'all, I can't help it. Spongy can eat the rest out of this pot. Spongy's over here eating the rest of the pudding out of the pot. She is, y'all. I'm not playing. All right, now I'm going to set this to the side, our pudding, and I'm going to move y'all back over here. And maybe, just maybe, I'll come back on camera for a minute. Here I am. Here I am. Gosh, y'all, I don't know if I told you guys, me and Spongy are going back on our lifestyle plan. And we are going to stick to it. But this is so good. This, I'd eat this whole cup. for dessert. It's that good. It really is really good. All right. So that was the pudding part. Let me wipe my stove right here. Now, what we're going to do is let me get a sip of my tea. Hearth and Home said the box banana pudding doesn't taste like banana to me. I always use the box vanilla if I make banana pudding. Yeah, it doesn't. And like the home, like I was saying, the homemade pudding is what I like to use. Thank you for the star, Spongy. Hearth and Home said, I know he was trying to gross us kids out. Oh, Natty said, gotta go on the phone. I missed that. That's okay, Natty, if you can hear me. All right. So what we're gonna do now, set my iced tea over here and get myself off camera. I just wanted to pop on real quick. Is we are gonna mix. I'll turn you this way. We're gonna mix the dry ingredients. For the cake. So our dry ingredients for the cake. Let me make sure that's done. That's still hot. So what I do when that's hot like that, so I set my board right here. All right. So our dry ingredients for the pound cake. Hey Scully. Scully is in the house. Oh my god, y'all. Y'all know what I forgot to do. Y'all want to know what I forgot to do to the pudding? What? I gotta have 2 egg yolks mixed into it. See, this is what happens when you're talking. So I'm gonna separate the egg white from the egg yolk. I don't want to get that. Yeah, I was too busy smacking my gums. I really don't know why you need the egg yolk in it, but you have to have it. I forgot about that. You know, some people eat raw eggs still, even though they've been told about salmonella and all that nice stuff. All right, now I'm going to take a fork and just whisk the yolk up into the pudding. And it just gives it that yellow look. Make sure it's mixed up in there good. Should we, are you done with that pot? Yeah. All right, y'all, let me get that pot from Spongy. The egg yolk was just to make the pudding yellow. I'll wash that in a minute. So that's good to go now. It's yellow like vanilla pudding. Back to our dry ingredients. Oh no, Karen. Well, it's nice to see you back. Yeah, the residual heat did. All right. Let me get back to it. Back to it. So we want 3 cups of all-purpose flour in here. That means I gotta wash off my measuring cup. 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Uh, Y'all, I have been sick, and my now the boogers are starting to come loose, and it's horrible. Um, you don't have to sift this, which I always like my recipe not to have to sift the flour. So that's one. Two. 3. 3 cups of all-purpose flour. We want 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. That means I got there's a 1/2 teaspoon right there. Let me wash this off real quick. All right, dry it off. So 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And I always do extra of my baking powder. So 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I do a heavy amount. And 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Y'all, I never buy a store cake anymore. I don't buy store made cookies. I don't buy packaged cookies unless I need them for a crust for a dessert I'm making. Like if I'm doing a cheesecake and I need some golden Oreos, I'll get them then. But other than that, I'm an old fashioned gal. I told you I'm an Appalachian gal, and I believe in doing everything the traditional homemade way. Not all the time. Now, like I said, when I'm sick and under the weather, I don't. You can tell he's crazy. Oh, went out last night too for several hours, Karen. What are y'all talking about protein? What are y'all talking about? I did my baking soda now. Here's the bad news. I don't have salt. But here's the good news. If you are using salted butter, you don't need salt. I don't know if anybody, I'm sure, like, I know Merle probably knows that because she is a woman like me. We're old school. So if you're using salted butter, you do not need salt in your cake mix. So I might be out of salt, but I don't need it. Land O'Lakes, yeah, I love Land O'Lakes butter. I'm gonna have to set that on the stove to let it soften because it's supposed to be softened. And I've had it out of the refrigerator for just for a minute. It'll be back. It'll come back. Nobody go anywhere. All right, so that's our dry ingredients. Can y'all see me? Do you know if you go to a movie theater here with stuff you didn't buy in the movie theater and they see it, they'll tell you can't come in? You can't bring outside stuff into the theater. So I always take a big purse and I'll put candy and stuff. We'll buy candy at the theater. That's the other thing. We haven't been in the movies in a while. So make sure you get your baking soda, baking powder stirred into your flour really well. And we're going to be moving to the KitchenAid here in just a minute. I need to put some things up real fast. I need to put the cornstarch, baking soda, baking powder. I need to put that up. And let's see, what else do I need to do? Ain't that okay? Let me get another bowl. All right, this is for our wet ingredients. So for our wet ingredient, what am I doing? I don't need another bowl because it's going to go in the KitchenAid. Okay, I'm losing it. All right, let me bring you to the KitchenAid right here. So what I'm going to do, I hope I have this plugged in. No. I hate it, y'all, when I have to do this. All right. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna have to put the butter in the microwave for a minute to soften it up because it's not soft enough yet. Oh, is it black? I want to get the one where the bowl raises up. That's the one I want, where the bowl raises up. That's the real cool one. I think that's the newest one, honestly. And you like the teal color, Scully? I try to have color coordination in the kitchen. So I try to keep everything like a soft green or a teal. So see, I didn't have to have that long in there at all. So we want both these sticks of butter dropped in here. And remember, if you ever have to soften it up in the microwave, don't leave it in there where it's melting. You only want it soft. See how my finger presses down on it? You don't want it melty. Y'all, my husband loves pound cake, but bundt cake like this. I just made one. What was it, Spongy? About a week ago? And they all devoured it. It was the one that I shared on my channel with the strawberries and stuff on the top of it. And he just devoured it. Oh, do you? Yeah, that's a good idea. Janet said, I like purple. Karen said, me too, Janet. Scully said, it's the best butter. Hearth and Home said, me too on the purple. No, Land Lakes isn't cheap at all. All right, now we want to do 2 cups of sugar. Where did I put mine? Oh, there it is. So we want to do 2 cups of sugar in with the butter. I know, y'all, it's a lot of sugar. Not for the faint of heart. Now I got to fill my jar back up. That'll be good. Because that pudding, that homemade vanilla pudding is already sweet. So I don't want to, that was close enough to 2 cups. I would normally, Scully, but with that homemade pudding, you don't need to. All right. We're going to mix that up until it's light and fluffy. It's going to get light and fluffy. Should I put it on super speed? I also have an attachment for a meat. It's a meat grinder, like for chicken, all kinds of things that goes on the end of this. All right, that's looking light and fluffy to me, so I'm gonna lower that speed. Oh, you have the pasta attachment harping on, Merle? I want that. I've been wanting that. Now we're gonna add 4 eggs at room temperature, and they're gonna go one at a time. That's why I turned that speed down. And I always use a little glass or something. And I also like when you see it on the edge like that, I push it down. And lots of times I'll turn it off and get the bottom. Egg number 3. Egg number 4. Now we're going to add 1 cup of sour cream. Let me just check the bottom because that's why I want that new one where the bowl raises up. And I think it actually rotates too. All right, so we want 1 cup of sour cream in here. Looks like sour cream will be on the grocery list too. Oh gosh. I'm gonna have to get a smidgen from this container to make it 1 cup. Is GT still here or did she leave? That was Natty. All right, now we're gonna mix that up. Oh, are you gonna cook tonight, Janet? What's Scully making? Ooh, homemade lasagna. And oh my, who's making that? Is that you, Scully? No, that's Hearth and Home. Oh, she's talking about the attachment. Hearth and Merle's talking about that attachment that you put on there. All right, now we have to do 1/4 cup of lemon juice. So I'm gonna get my lemon squeezer. This is fresh lemon juice. Now I'm gonna do. So we want 1/4 cup. And what I do with my lemon to soften it is I roll it on the counter, just like this, and press a little. But I have weak hands too, so a little bit hard for me. And that softens your lemon up for those that didn't know. It's a neat little trick to get that lemon soft. And then I use my little lemon tool right here. I probably need to use a jar and then put it in the 1/4 cup thing. Yes, I broke the end off of that tonight by accident. It was a total accident. That is squirting out the other way. Fresh lemon smells so good. Like it smells so good. Let's see how close we are. Let me get that seed out. See how close we are to 1/4 cup. We're almost there. Almost there. All right. I always say in my live cooking shows, y'all, cooking from scratch takes time. That's why I put in my description that this is going to be a long video, a long live. I might call Janet. You calling Janet? Are you leaving my live? Well, Janet's in the live. That's if she's still there. Janet, are you still in the live? Dang, y'all. Well, I mean, this one lemon will it's a big lemon, so it'll give me 1/4 cup. Oh gosh, it's hard to do. I need an automated lemon press. That's what I need. She said yes, she's still there. All right, that should be 1/4 cup of lemon. That's close enough for my taste. That's close enough. And then we also want to do, I think it's 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So we'll do our cap. This also has a powdered sugar glaze, but I don't know if I'll be able to keep y'all to see that part. Now we're going to gradually start adding our dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. Also, that should have been going in there, so I'm going to blend it just a few more minutes. Always check the bottom of your bowl and go along the sides to make sure everything is getting combined. All right, we're going to start putting the dry ingredients in now. Yes, this right here, if you're looking at it, not that, this that I made, this is vanilla, homemade vanilla pudding. Like this is homemade vanilla pudding right here. And that goes in the middle of the cake. It's 5:10, Janet. It's 5:10 here. Exactly, Hearth and Home. Had coffee, cooked and served lunch in it, and all, yep. It is going to be really good, Scully. All right. Let's add, pause that. Put in some more. I always start it off slow because I don't want to splatter flour. Oh, that's so good. God, stop my heart. All right. And we'll add the rest of the dry ingredients. Let that mix. Just stop it a minute so I can make sure. Get the signs, scrape the signs here. Make sure that bottom. And then I just wipe my little spatula on the beater right there. Type in there and tell them how good it is, Spongy. All right. I know you're wearing a tie. It's sucked right into the machine. Lower the temperature here. All right, here's what we're gonna do now. Move y'all right here. Take my beater off of here. You want to lick the beater too, Spongy? I guess so, yeah. Spongy's gonna lick this too. Okay. Now we're gonna fold in our blueberries. But I want to make sure that that's mixed really well first. And it is. It is. I was trying to move y'all closer. I'll wipe this off. And push that back. Okay. Let me get the blueberries. I have my own blueberries from last year in the freezer, but I haven't used them yet because I was trying to wait and see how good this year's harvest is going to be. All right, that's our blueberries. And now we're going to just fold those in. We don't want to crush them. So we're just going to fold them. Is Karen still here or did she leave? All right, that should be good right there. Now we're going to prep our bump pan. See, I probably won't get to show y'all the cake because what I'll do is you know what I'll do? I'll pull this video out of the live tomorrow with the recipe so you can see what the cake actually looks like because the cake has to bake for an hour. And I've got to cook dinner too. I got to put dinner in the oven. So you might get to. I might just keep it live. I might. I might. So if you leave, come back in an hour so you can see the cake. That's your surprise. I was gonna say something else, but I can't say it on camera. Spongy comes over and she brings me the mixer thing. And she's like, I got you a surprise. All right. So I'm gonna spray our cake bump pan. So I spray it with my spray first in the middle right here too. And then what I do, because y'all remember I'm an old-fashioned gal. I could make it the thumbnail, couldn't I, when it's done? But I will pull it out. I will have the video up there tomorrow. So if you have to leave, it's fine, y'all. If you have to. So what I do is I take some flour. This is what us old-fashioned gals do. And I'll shake it in the sink. So I'm going to shake this in the sink so that it will flour the bump pan. So now that's nice and floured. And that makes sure that your cake ain't going to stick. If I've learned anything in my years, 37 years of baking and cooking, is you want to do flour and your spray. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to take half of our batter. So half of our batter. Oh my gosh, oh, it's so good. I can't help myself. And then we're going to take our homemade vanilla pudding, and that goes in the middle. Then we come in with the rest of our cake batter.
No, Ollie. No, 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 baby. Don't sit down. It's pouring rain outside.
Oh, is it pouring rain outside?
Yeah, so it is. Go on, don't sit down. Because you already went out early. Go, get up there. Go, Barty.
All right, and that's it. That's gonna go in the oven at 325.
I don't know if I want that. I feel like I had enough sugar in my system. I don't know.
You don't want it only a little bit.
I can't hardly taste my tea because that's sugar.
Gosh, oh, that is delicious.
Well, Arden, come on.
So it's gonna go in the oven at 325. I love my blunt pan too, but I want one of those ones that make the designs on your cake. 325 for 65 to 80 minutes. That's where it's going in the oven. So I guess y'all just be looking at me for a minute. I know. Y'all can see me like I really need this. Lick this batter. Remember when you were a kid and your mom would make a cake and you'd be like, Mom, I wanna lick the batter. Y'all remember that? I don't need to do no more. I'm already chubby enough. You want this last lick, Booger? Like
No.
what? All right, that's it for me, y'all. Hey, okay. God, I feel like a big fatty now. So that's gonna go in the oven. I'm gonna put it in there right now at 325. And I'll set the timer for 60 minutes. And then I'll check it with a toothpick and see where it's at and all that good, wonderful stuff. And what we're going to do now is we're going to finish getting dinner ready. So, y'all got to see me lick cake batter. Now I'm going to flip you back around because we're getting ready to finish up the dinner. You're not going in there, Crumbles. Sorry for yelling, y'all. You're not going in there. Get out. Get out. Move. This cat does not learn. So the first thing that we're going to do, the forest Or the forest. I gotta write that down. What does the forest bundt cake look like? And a cathedral one? Ooh. I gotta write that down. Let me get a piece of paper. And I got you got a pen over there, Spongy?
No. Oh, well.
All right. Cathedral bundt cake pan. Okay. Cathedral bundt cake pan. And what and forest bundt cake pan. What do they look like? I'm gonna say I want. All right. So I always keep my cast iron seasoned. Turn the heat on. About 5 right there. Oh, a bunch of Christmas trees. Oh wow! So when you met, oh, I bet that would make such a pretty design on a cake. I'm gonna. Are they expensive? All right. So here's what we're gonna do now. I'm heating that up.
That's pretty cool. Well,
You're not. What do you want, Cheerios? You want to go mess in my room? So I'm totally out of butter, y'all. I have no more butter, but this is already seasoned with baking fat. So I'm going to add just a little more.
I mean, yeah, all the food, too. All those things in there.
I'm going to add just a little more.
Oh, you fall over the hallway. Go lay down. Get up there right now.
And I'm going to let that melt down. A Santa butt pan? I've never seen a Santa butt pan. An octopus? Oh, God, I swallowed the wrong way. All right, now I'm going to add the tomato and the onion. Well, I'm gonna do the onion first.
Ollie. No.
Well, what are you? You're not getting that. Can you go fix the shower curtain in the bathroom back there? That it looks like somebody, one of the hooks is off the rod. I
What? What did you say earlier?
didn't say anything.
Did say something. Let's go, Ollie. Let's go.
No, I didn't.
Go, Ollie.
I said you're not having that. I don't know what you were asking me. You said surprise. What do you mean surprise?
No corn out there.
You have some surprise money show up or something?
Oh, yeah.
Then what were you talking about surprise for?
Are you still alive?
Yes, I am. I gotta show everybody how I'm putting dinner together. Oh, I forgot I gotta wash this. Oh, it's okay, Karen. Thank you for coming back. Have a good evening. See you later. Bye. I'm gonna let those get a little bit caramelized a little, and then I'm gonna add tomatoes. Don't mind me. I'll be over here washing some dishes.
All right, Ollie, go sit down.
I've gotten so I love cooking with cast iron and like the Dutch ovens are cast iron. They're just enameled. Love them too.
Ollie, get out of the hallway.
All right, now we will add our tomato.
Right down. Right down.
Crumbles. Let's go. Out. Out. Let's go, Crumbles. Wait, the water go right there. All right, now we want to add our corn. And this is the super sweet bird's eye corn. And remember, since we're using leftovers, everything is already seasoned, so we really don't need anything. I might put a little bit of smoked paprika and some Kinder's garlic parmesan. And we're going to drain our green beans. And add those.
Would you take your gas food?
I'm getting ready to. So add our green beans in. We're going to let that cook together for just a couple minutes. Y'all know you put so much time and effort into cooking, baking, all that, and it's just inhaled. The food's gone in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, Merle. At Hearth and Home. All right, let's stir that. And another good thing about the cast iron I love is that you can just take this from stove top to oven. I love that. I love that about cast iron like this. And this is even deep enough to make vegetable soup, really. Not if you had 8 or so people, but I mean, for a small family, it would be. Right now, remember all that chicken that we chopped up? We're going to take that and all that's going in here. See how those leftovers just get transformed, John? The biscuits that are coming, everything just gets transformed into something brand new. I didn't pay 1 penny for this meal I'm making. It's totally free meal. I didn't pay for it. Not 1 penny, y'all. Not 1 penny for this meal right here. All right, so we're gonna let that heat up. We want that chicken to get hot, so I'm gonna turn the heat up some. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw our potatoes in there too. Those potatoes I talked about, throw those in there. They have some cheese on them, but that'll be all right because this recipe calls for cheese anyway. My recipe that we're creating here together. I just dropped that in the floor. Y'all, everything happens to me. I swear it does. Oh gosh. I'm gonna have to sweep that too. While all that's heating up, I'll just sweep right here where I made a boo boo. Oh gosh, oh my feet are killing me. It's a lot of food, isn't it? Well, thank you, Janet. Thanks so much, girlfriend. Oh, you talking about the cast iron hearth and home? Oh, cool. It's a Nordic ware pan. Okay.
You know where this lid?
Huh?
That's where. That's where your lid's over.
What do you want me to do about it, Booger?
Let's get it from her.
Where is she?
She's over here.
What's this playing? I don't play with it. There told me it's on my TV table again. I don't know why you're looking at me like that. You're not that out. Where do you think it's coming from? No. What are you even thinking, Booger? Today and Friday.
Well, Oh, it's gone.
No, I know it's fine because you got a real problem and it's in me. I'm gonna tell Janet. It's still there. I need to. How do I do that, Spongy? How do I hit the mute button before I start filming? That's why I need to use my. Well, you can't use the camera when you're live. Yeah, Spongy's got a problem over here. I'm kind of just folding this, y'all, because I don't want to bust up my green beans. All right, we're gonna go on to the next step with this. All right, now I am going to. Can y'all see over here? I'll raise you up a little bit. Okay, now in this Dutch oven right here, we're gonna add 1 cup of milk. So 1 cup of milk. We're gonna do 1/2 cup of heavy cream.
Flip, that's on the puppy pad.
And I'm gonna add just a little more milk to that because that's a lot of vegetables. It's gonna have biscuits and everything with it in it. So I don't want it to dry out. So I added just maybe another 1/4 cup of milk. Hey, have fun in nature. How are you doing? Oh, it's aluminum at Hearth and Home. And now we're gonna add our gravy packet, which I showed y'all it's the Pioneer gravy packet. And we want this to thicken up some. Oh, scallops, that'll be good. They're really good. Yeah, they are. They're good with bacon wrapped around them. That cake is looking good, y'all. Do you all ever see ads during my lives?
No.
It might be because I'm still only partially monetized. Trying to whisk that up to get lumps out. All right, now y'all, we're gonna add the 1 cup of sour cream. I'm definitely gonna add, I don't know yet. I'll see. All right, now I'm not gonna do it yet because I gotta add in the biscuit. Are you about 500 hours from partial now? That's good. Thank you, Tiffany. You haven't ever seen any on any channel you watched, Janet? All right, now we're gonna add the biscuits that we broke up. These are those strawberry mango biscuits, and y'all know I got that sausage in there too that I cut up. Now I'm gonna add the rest of the sour cream to this just for moisture. And I'm also gonna add in a cup of buttermilk. I'm gonna grind up some pepper in that too. It's hard, y'all, because you'll get up there and then YouTube will come along and suck 30, 40 hours away. And then you get up there again and YouTube comes along and sucks 25 hours away. And, it's up, down, up, down. But I'm almost there and I'm real excited. Mix all that up in there really well. Some people watching this that don't know about mountain folk cooking would be like, that is so gross. But it is not. And it's going to get mixed in with this right here. And then there's going to be a cheese topping. So we're going to start folding that in. I think it's stuck right there in my cast iron right there. I just had to do that. Just had to drop that right on the stove. Y'all, this made a huge amount of food. This could serve 10 people easy or more. It depends on what their appetites are like. Hmm. Where are you going? Where? You said you weren't going to that. Y'all, I don't trust men as far as I can throw them. I do not trust a man. He even put cologne on. You smell it? Why's he got all that cologne on? Yeah, that's what I'm having to do, Tiffany. It's like if you don't do it, you lose all your hours. And I told Spongy that's why her hours keep going down because she's not like. I told her not to worry about her cooking channel right now and worry about her Spongy Golden and get that to where she wants it to be. He put way too much cologne on. It's overpowering, isn't it? Good Lord, it's choking. Y'all, that made enough food. That made a lot of food. These are leftovers. I just added to them. For brand new Mountain meal. All right, now we can't put it in the oven yet because we got to wait for the cake to come out. So I'll be able to show you all what the cake looks like, but remember, it's going to be before it has its glaze on it because it's got to cool before I can do the glaze. And it's got 12 minutes and it's coming out. So what we're going to do with this right now, it has a cheese topping. Sonny, where are you? Get down, Frumbles, right now. Get out. Move, Nibley, come here. Let's go out. Come on, out.
That's like foregone festival.
I'm gonna bust this cat in the head. I don't even know.
Summer, what pee. Summer,
Come on, Nibley. Y'all had to get that cat. Hold on. So we're gonna put a mixture of Mexican style cheese on top. All right, so that's our cheese. And we'll just wait for the cake to get done. I've turned the eye off, so it's not on heat or anything. And we'll bring the cake out. It's got 8 minutes. And then this will go in the oven. I'm tired, y'all. Gotta take my medicine for my feet, Janet. See if it even helps. So you can take something old and turn it into something new so easy. And that's what my new playlist is all about that I've created. Making magic with leftovers. All it takes is thinking outside the box. Right, Nibliet? Isn't that right, Nibliet? Uh, So this bakes at 375 for 25 minutes. 20 to 25 minutes.
Oh, you know, say, I think I'm gonna have to take the dog.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Merle? Do you have a headache? Hi, C Death. How are you? You missed my live. No, you didn't miss my live gaming. You were there Tuesday. Who's Thong? Janet said hi, Thong. Somebody named Thong come in here? Oh, your knee and shoulder? It's my feet and shoulder. And I talked to Janet about it yesterday. What is it called, Janet, that you think it is? And it is a lot of pain in the heels. It is. But it's also, sometimes when I walk, it feels like something's whipping in the arch of my foot almost. Today was your first day without Tylenol? You have osteoarthritis or spinal disease or connective tissue disease or anything? No. Muscle spur. So could that also cause that feeling of like you get ready to walk and it feels like someone's whipping in the middle of your foot? Oh. Oh, you tripped and fell. I'm so sorry. I fell on the side of the mountain yesterday, didn't I, Bubba?
Yeah.
When I was out there in the garden. You remember I'm on the side of a mountain. That's why some of my music says on this side of the mountain. I'm sorry, Janet. Y'all were both, all three of us just all messed up. I feel like my feet are getting ready to break. What is it, Nibbliet? What is it, Nibbliet? What? What is it? What? My sweet bear. My sweet bear. My sonny see. Oh, hey, teddy bear. Howdy. Sit. Sit. No, I didn't say lay down. I said sit. Hello, Artie. Look, it's not raining there. You can take Artie to go pee.
He already looked at you. When it was raining.
Well, put his diaper back on, please. Oh, what do y'all see? This beautiful cake. I gotta check to see if it needs to go back in there though. Oh, y'all. It's beautiful. And it smells like I am walking in heaven.
Go. Get up there. Artie.
I don't think GT's there, Booger.
Artie.
I bet so. I gotta take my gabapentin. Like I got nerve pain, but terrible. Let me go grab it. Smudgy's like, I don't want to take you. I don't want you to take the stronger one. I got tea sitting right there. But then I had Spongy pour me more tea. All right. And y'all, when I do the glaze, of course it's got to cool, but I don't expect y'all to stay for all that. I do want you to stay long enough to see dinner if you can. Well, y'all already know what it's going to look like because it'll be golden on the top and everything right there. Y'all ready? Oh, doesn't that look beautiful? Doesn't that look gorgeous, y'all? And if you could just smell it. All right, let's stick a toothpick in it, see if it's done. And then, like I said, y'all, because Janet, I know you got to cook dinner, and Merle, you're not feeling well either. You need to rest too. Um, I will do what Merle said and use this, like when it's totally done, and I put the glaze and stuff. I'll replace the thumbnail I've got right now with the complete cake. Yeah, it's done. See how the toothpick comes out so clean? But I want to put holes in it because when I put that glaze, I want it to seep down in it. But I'll flip it out onto the cake thing, the cake dish. Did y'all know that you could take Jello? I'm going to do it on a live one day. Take Jello before it's congealed and it's still water. Poke holes into your cake. Pour your Jello into it, and then put it in the refrigerator for about 45 minutes. Then turn the cake out, and it makes like a rainbow cake. Did y'all know that? All right, we're gonna let that sit there. I'm gonna move it off the stove because the stove is hot. So I'm gonna let it sit and cool over here. And I'm gonna put dinner in the oven. And then I'm gonna let y'all go. And then I'll show the pictures and everything. Like I said, I promise. And the full recipes and all that. And then I'll have the biscuit, those strawberry mango biscuits, Merle. I'll have that for Saturday so you can come and get that recipe. And let me turn this timer on. Okay, so we're gonna go bake 375. Then this will go in the oven for 25 minutes. And I gotta wait for that to heat up. All right, y'all. Thanks. Thanks. All right, I'm gonna let you go. And like I said, I'll keep that promise and I'll make sure I get everything going. These recipes will be pulled from the lab and ready for tomorrow. And then the strawberry mango biscuit recipe will be for Saturday. I'll make a note to myself about all that. Thank you guys, my friends, so much for spending the whole afternoon. Well, I don't know how long we were live, y'all. I have no idea. I know I'm in pain. I know that. But thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all. I love my friends. Oh, there was somebody. I didn't even know that there was somebody named Elevator Has God Rail. I missed him. Um, was there anybody else? I have a feeling I missed other people. Anyway, y'all have a good evening. Merle, you make sure you get some rest. Janet, Booker might call you later. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go. See y'all later. Bye. Bye, y'all.